my segment.
Chris and Cash Show.
Chris and Cash Podcast.
It is Friday, May 27th, 2016.
Yes, sir. It is. It is.
All right, so we're going to be talking NBA playoffs.
Thought we were going to talk North Conway trip.
Oh yeah, we're going on a North Conway trip at the end of July.
Actually, are we going to be able to do are we going to do this via satellite?
We might have to bring
They have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we might have to bring the laptops.
We'll have guests for you guys. It'll be great.
Yeah, well, James ain't going to be on it.
I didn't say James. I said just have somebody else.
James will be like, they should have drafted Jordy Manziel. Nah, maybe we'll do it the night before. Maybe we'll switch it up and do it on Thursday. Who knows? But we're going to be talking NBA playoffs. Maybe we'll talk about North Conway trip a little bit, even though no one cares.
No one cares.
Absolutely nobody.
I'm not even sure we care about talking about it. I mean, I'm glad we're going, but
Oh yeah. So yeah, you should see this house. It's like a penthouse. It's sick. Only thing it's missing is like a pool. That's it.
yeah, that's the only thing.
That's the only thing.
I like the other ones because they have hot tubs. This one doesn't. But like this one, I like the layout way better. I love the backyards.
The layout's good, but I did like the second one. It had like a basketball hoop. It had like an air hockey thing. It had like
I know, but it had all those little game things.
Yeah, it had shit you can do.
But it had a hot tub too.
I know. Too
Now
late.
you make me
too
regret
late.
my decision.
Yeah, too late to friggin' change it. That's
I'm
why.
like, do you guys happen to own that same property? Can I just switch?
That's why I said like we should go with the second one, bro.
Well,
the only thing is, it looked tiny. We probably would have had to like take turns.
No, it didn't look that. Well, those things look tiny.
Yeah. No, I'm talking like the hot tub. It looked like it was like that big.
Oh, but the other one had a huge hot tub. The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some bitch denied our request to get her place. By the way,
Yeah.
never going to her again. We didn't go to her anyways.
Yeah, Goodell or whatever.
But it's a great yacht. We're gonna have to play tons of wiffle ball. It's gonna be incredible.
No, we're gonna
The rise.
No, we're playing drunken wiffle ball. You know, you played that, right?
Just drink when I strike you out.
No, dude.
I mean, you're not gonna be able to hit any of my pitches drunk.
Yeah, get out of here. So
I have a crazy rising slider, dude. Crazy.
I was
not only is it gonna rise from like your ankles, to your neck, but it's gonna cross the plate as it does it. So it's gonna come in here, right? It's gonna come like this, and it's gonna go. Ooh. There's no way, dude. There's no way.
Okay.
I'm gonna gyro ball you, kid.
I was Catholic Conference first team.
Listen,
I think I'm afraid of your gyro.
I'm like
ball.
Daisuke Matsuzaka with wiffle, except I can actually use my 20 pitches. Okay. I don't just throw 20. I have them like they work.
Yeah. Chris O'Keefe has more pitches than a used car salesman, apparently.
Yeah, but I'm Oh.
All right. So
Thank you, Wolf, coming out.
No, dude. Drunken wiffle ball. So before you get up, you chug a beer. You go like this. You like spin around with the bat, and then you hit.
You're never gonna hit. Never. Actually, a bunch of people strike out. What, are we gonna video this?
Actually, we should just call it like Mickey Mantle ball, because that's basically what he did, like hungover every day of his career.
Oh, Wade Boggs ball, which we can get into that later too.
Yeah, 64 beers on a cross-country flight.
That number grows every time.
No, by the way,
it was like 40 originally. Then it was like 50. Then it was like 60.
No, it's 64 now. But you know what?
I know.
and I promise we'll talk sports in a minute.
We are talking sports. So how many beers does Wade Boggs drink?
No, but I was thinking about that. A cross-country flight, because I flew from Boston to Los Angeles just a few
hours?
just a few months ago. It was about.
I know which way you're going.
No, 6 hours.
Depends which way you're going.
No, I was going east to west. It took 6 hours.
East, yeah, but west to east is
nonstop. It was
west to east is quicker.
Well, whatever. It was
because of the air.
Okay, that's fine. But let's just say 6 hours, right? I base it off of 6 hours. 6 hours is X minutes. I divided that by 64. That's one beer every 5.6 minutes.
No.
You would die of alcohol poisoning.
He would definitely die.
One beer every 6 minutes.
Even if you were the best alcoholic I know, okay? Some of the best, this alcoholic I know, okay? This guy.
Me back in the day.
He will remain nameless. He could drink a 30 rack. But during the end of his 30 rack, he'd usually pass out. And he'd just have the 30 rack next to him. And he'd be passed out in a chair, just sitting there passed out. And if you went near the 30 rack, he'd just be like, "Get away from my beers, O'Keefe, I hear you. Your mother's a cunt." And that's all he would do. And he would yell at you and scream at you and wake up. But he would never.
I know who that is.
He would never pass out. Even he would maybe drink like 40 beers tops. That's a whole day. You're not drinking 60 beers in a friggin'. You're not.
I think the drunkest I ever was at that party, and I made fun of the kid for like joining like the army just to get the seats.
No one's drinking 60 beers in a cross country flight.
Yeah.
I don't think it's humanly possible. I think they die.
I think one person could do it. Like Andre the Giant probably could have done it, but that's just
because Andre the Giant's so big. Like
he's like a Dominator Hogan. Give me some like.
It's because an Andre the Giant beer is like 70 ounces. You know what I mean? Like, that's how big.
No, Andre Johnson. Andre the Giant used to routinely go to a bar and drink like 50 beers, and it'd be like 3 beers to you and me.
That's what I'm saying.
because he was
It's
so
dumb.
huge. But yeah, we'll get into Boggsy number going up on the right field side.
Wade Bowes.
We're also going to get into the ridiculous controversy about his wearing his ring, which I still think is stupid.
Let's just talk about it now. There's no controversy. Who cares?
You want
Who wore his ring?
I was going to lead
It says
off.
World Series ring,
I was
right?
going to lead off with the NBA playoffs.
Let's just talk about Boggs.
All right, sure.
It says World Series ring.
Yeah.
The hell do I care if he wears it?
I don't care. I don't think it's the fact
I have
that it's
a
a World
question.
I don't think it's the fact that it's a World Series ring.
Because it's
I
the
think-
Yankees ring. So what?
Right.
So? I have a question.
Yeah.
How did he leave?
Ooh, Wade Boggs?
Yeah.
He wanted to come back. The Red Sox didn't want him.
Okay. So
In 92.
we're supposed to be mad that we made him leave?
Yeah, the Yankees offered him money.
It's not like the Red Sox were like really trying and offered him more, and he was like, "Go F yourself, I'm going to Ray Allen this." No, that didn't happen. He didn't get a Terriot. He didn't any of those guys. We were like, "We don't want you, leave," and he was like, "All right, I'm leaving." And then he wins the World Series, and we're mad about it.
I'm not.
Right? I mean, you're not even a Red Sox fan. You don't count. You don't have a horse in this race.
I was rooting for the Yankees in that World Series because I hate the Braves.
I know you do, but Scott hates any team that leaves from one place to a different place. That's why he hates the Colts. That's why he hates the Seattle Super OKCs, I guess we'll call them. And that's why you hate Atlanta. You hate teams that leave. It's on. Just be real. You hate teams. You hate the Lakers. You hate the Dodgers. You hate teams that leave.
I hate the Mets.
That's what it is.
They didn't leave. I hate the
Like,
Mets.
I'm not saying you. That's the only reason you hate teams. But when a team leaves, you hate them. Automatic.
I think it's. I'm gonna say right now, and
You're like, they stole their team.
I should have gone on this tangent before. It's long overdue, but I guess I'll do it now. I completely hate how a team moves and somehow championships that weren't won in that city become theirs. Lakers.
We talked about that a little bit.
Not in depth.
But
Like
it's still the same thing.
The Lakers have a statue of George Mikan outside Staples Center. He never played a game in Los Angeles.
Let's see that. Where do the titles go, Scotty? They disappear?
They belong to the city of Minneapolis, as far as I'm concerned.
And the city of Minneapolis is really just supposed to parade them around. Like, ba, 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 ba.
Those 5 Minneapolis titles that they count, those weren't Los Angeles victories. Like, I still can't wrap my head around that. That would be like Finland celebrating the 4th of July. Like, no, it's not your holiday. It's our holiday.
What if all of the Americans moved to Finland? We probably would celebrate the 4th of July. Like, why do we celebrate Cinco de Mayo? Because a bunch of Mexicans live here. That's how that works. Like, they took their championships, quote-unquote, holiday with
No,
them.
it's
Plus, we all like to drink. So why not party?
it's a ridiculous concept.
If you can celebrate drinking days for other societies, which we do with St. Patrick's Day, and we do.
Okay, that's fine. The New York Celtics
Let's celebrate. That's fine.
The New York Celtics won like 3 titles, and we got 20 titles now. That's how that
That's
works.
fine. I agree.
There you go.
We weren't even the same franchise, though.
I don't care.
Different franchise. That's the difference.
This is stupid. All right.
So, do the Baltimore Ravens count the Baltimore Colts championships?
No.
Why? They're
They
both
should.
the same city.
They should, actually.
No, because they're different. They're completely different franchises.
No, you know what? The Baltimore Colts ended in 1983, and then they became the Ravens. Like, that's how it should. Cleveland actually.
But they didn't become the Ravens.
Cleveland did it right because technically the Browns, they still have all the Browns history. They said, you can take our
But that
team.
doesn't even make sense either because their team technically left and changed their name. And then that team, which was the Browns.
The Ravens were technically an expansion team. They kept all the championships.
So
and all
one
the
team
history.
folded and they get an expansion team.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. You know it's bullshit.
No, you know what's bullshit? If the New York Yankees moved to Las Vegas and the fans in Las Vegas are like, we have 27 world championships. Like, no, you don't. You
know what's bullshit though?
If what?
If then another team moves to New York.
Yep, moves to New York.
And then they just take someone else's championships. Like another team moves to New York, so not the Mets because they're already in New York, but we'll say the Chicago Cubs moved to New York. Okay, Do they then get the Yankees championships because the Yankees championships didn't go with them to Las Vegas? Like these championships just become vacant and homeless? Are they orphan championships?
No, they belong to the city they were won in. That's my point.
But then who celebrates them? Because there's no more fans there. There's no more team there.
I'm surprised that, like...
If it's the same franchise, I don't have a problem.
If the LA Clippers, won an NBA title, which will never happen, but if the LA Clippers won an NBA title, Lakers probably be like, oh, that's us. Like, that's us.
Honestly, it's a little stupid, and you should be like, oh, yeah, this was won here. But, where do those they can't just go somewhere magically. Don't just float off to, the championship Netherlands.
The Minnesota... They should... I tell you what, the Minnesota Timberwolves should have 5 championships.
They should. It's not the same team! It's not the same franchise!
You got to differentiate.
And the Timberwolves, when they won, back when they were the Lakers, but they weren't the Lakers, because the Lakers are still the Lakers. That's how that works.
They moved.
I understand that that's not the championships of LA. I get that. But the Lakers themselves, as a franchise, have that many titles.
That's like saying the Las Vegas Yankees have 27 championships. No, the Las Vegas Yankees have 0.
So I have a question for you.
What?
If you live in Lynn,
Yeah.
you win a championship. It's yours, right? Now, if you
I
move
want-
to Salem,
I just want to point out, I won a league championship in Pine Hill Little League.
now if you move to Salem after that and won another championship, does Scotty LaCoste have 2 championships, or does he have to give one up and leave it in Lynn?
No, I lived in Lynn.
No, that's not how that works.
That's
Scotty.
exactly how it works.
And so the team is like a person. It's a franchise. So, corporations are a person, even though I don't believe they are. A franchise is like an entity. And once that franchise is there, if that franchise is the same franchise, granted, I understand 5 of them are won here, 11 of them are won here. Understood. But they have 16 total. Yes, 5 are won in Minneapolis, 11 in LA. 16 total.
But
What happens if the Raiders win games in Oakland and they win games in LA? Does some of the games not count anymore?
That
I understand that, but do some of the games not count? Like, oh, those titles don't count, and that division championship doesn't count. We can't count those wins, and those records don't count either because they're from a different city.
Dude, at least it was in the same state. At least I can say that.
They're the same country. You brought up Finland and Sweden and whoever else you brought up. Those are different countries. Moot point. Moving on.
All right, we were talking about Wade Boggs at some point.
Yeah, we were talking about Wade Boggs.
Look, the championship ring thing I think is ridiculous, and I'll tell you why. If he had won a World Series with the Pittsburgh Pirates, would anyone have cared? If he wore his Pittsburgh Pirates ring?
Well, I don't care anyways, but so no.
Well,
Would be, but
people
was he
care?
allowed to bring his ring here? Because does he have to give it to Pittsburgh when he leaves?
exactly.
Yeah, he doesn't get to keep the ring.
Yeah,
It's not a
Pittsburgh.
real championship anymore.
But I don't have an issue with it. I'll say this. Had the Red Sox won the 86 series?
He'd be revered.
No, hold on.
We'd be sucking his balls.
No, if the Red Sox had
We
won,
wouldn't?
if the Red Sox had gotten that last strike and won that World Series, and he had a ring from the 86 Red Sox and the 96 Yankees, and he chose to wear the Yankee ring instead of the Red Sox ring, yeah, that's in poor
What if
taste.
he wore both, though?
I could understand that.
What if he Tom Brady did?
Fine.
I have no problem with that at all.
But if he just wore the Yankee one and not the
He
Red
has
Sox
one
one, and
ring.
the Red Sox are honoring him, then yeah, I could see that. But guess what? He doesn't. He only has one ring. I have no problem with him winning it. If I won a World Series, bet your ass to be wearing that ring every day, and I don't even wear jewelry. So yeah, I have no problem.
You should always wear that ring.
Absolutely. No problem with it. Now, Tony Maz went off yesterday
Why?
that he doesn't think Wade Boggs' number should have been retired because, according to him, Wade Boggs was the poster boy of everything that the Red Sox were prior to 2004, which was 25 guys, 25 cabs. He only cares about his staff.
So what about Ted Williams? You could make the same argument for Ted Williams.
I think Ted Williams was a better guy than Wade Boggs was.
No, the media might not have thought so. But listen. You can't sit here and tell me that you know for a fact that Ted Williams cared more about the rest of the team than Wade did.
Ted Williams, during a game, he'd be in left field. He would have his glove on the ground. He'd be practicing his
He's
swing.
a crotchety asshole.
while the
That's all he
game's
cared
going on.
about. So, did Maz also say that he wants to take Ted's number down? Because that's what the logic is. No, it's not different just because the guy's better.
It's Ted Williams.
Right, just because the guy's better doesn't make the logic different. If you have an argument, your argument has to hold for everybody. That's how that works.
See, I'm not sure about that.
I am. That's how that works.
Not sure about it.
There's no way, shape, or form that I can be like, well, Wade Boggs didn't care about other people, so we're not going to retire his number. Yeah, but Ted Williams didn't either. So what? He was better. No. No.
Yeah. See, I think
Got a
that's-
question for you. I have
that's-
Wade Boggs'
I think-
baseball reference
hold on
page
a
out.
second.
No. F you, hold on a second. How much ball do you see here? Quite a bit, Scotty. Quite a bit.
You didn't even let me finish. I didn't say this.
You got 6 OPB
Tony
titles.
Mazzarati.
Okay? 5 batting titles. I got a question. You got 5 batting titles. 5. That's not retire your number worthy.
Can I finish?
Question for you: if Xander Bogaerts wins 5 batting titles, the Red Sox going to retire his number?
Probably.
Yeah.
They should.
Yeah.
For some reason, Chris thinks my name is Tony Mazzarati.
I don't.
I said Tony
you had-
Mazzarati said that.
I
I
know.
never said that. I think he should have his number retired. I have no problem
I
with that.
understand. I'm just
He's-
telling you.
He's the
I'm
greatest.
arguing against Maz's point. That's it.
Well, why are you talking to me like I'm a fucking idiot?
I'm not. I'm asking you. Look at the numbers. You tell me.
I think he should.
Okay. There you go.
I can-
Maz is an idiot. Moving
can-
on. What do you want me to say?
I don't really agree with the Williams thing, though.
Why not?
Williams was liked by his teammates. Wade Boggs wasn't.
Wade Boggs was just a drunk asshole. That's fine. The story goes that he got flowers from his girlfriend at the park. And he brought them home to his wife.
By the way,
Who cares?
the only thing missing
Who
from
cares?
the only thing missing from last night's ceremony would have been if Margot Adams was the one who unveiled the number. That would
Well,
have
they missed him from Wade Boggs ceremonies. He would just drank like 60 beers while it was going on.
Castiglio's talking, and Boggs is just
Chugging
like
beers.
double fisting.
I really don't care at all.
Look, you can make an argument, a strong argument. I don't think there's really any debate. He's the greatest third baseman in the history of the Red Sox. Name one better.
Not.
Maybe Frank Malzone back in the 50s, but no, he wasn't hitting 370. Now, I understand a bunch of Boggs' numbers are inflated. Not super inflated, but inflated.
Why are they inflated?
Because he used to just pepper the left field wall.
Okay. Wait, time out.
You can make that case.
Time out.
However,
So he's going to get docked for using the park that he plays in. Because then you have to dock like every Yankee ever. You realize that?
I'm going to have to just... As I'm making
Are you
argument...
going to dock every single baseball player for the ballpark factors?
No, as I make my
Being like,
points...
he used this part of the field. You know what I mean? This is unlike football. But I have a question. Can we just go around docking Peyton Manning stats for playing in a dome? I know we'll take away 3 touchdowns a year. You can't do
I don't
that.
understand the point of me talking because I just keep getting interrupted.
Good. It's a better show that way. I'm just saying, yes, he peppered the wall. I get that. He got a bunch of doubles and singles off of balls that should have been outs, correct? Would have been outs in other fields.
Yep.
But why did he hit that way? Because he knew the wall was there. If the wall wasn't there, do you think he would have hit everyone over there?
Probably not. Yeah, but even on the road, he used all fields.
Right.
It's just super easy when it's 310 feet away.
But that's my point. And he even said it. He was in an interview last night, I think.
I have no problem with that. It's smart. He should have been doing it.
So you're being mad at the guy for playing smart.
Ortiz is doing it now. He should have been doing it 10 years
That's
ago.
like being like, you know what we got to do? We're taking a lot of Curry's points away because he really just hits the 3-ball. And the 3-ball, he really shouldn't shoot that because it's not fair because it's a different era. Just got to take those points away, give him points like Wilt. It was only 2-pointers. It's like, no. No, he has a 3-point line. You can't. That's part of the game when he played. Him being smart and shooting great at 3 and making his shooting percentage and efficiency absolutely ridiculous. Okay? You can't take that away from, just like you can't take it away from Boggs. You can't.
240 hits in the 85 season.
Led the league.
He only led the league.
Doubles.
He only led the league in hits once. It's hard to believe.
He led in batting average a lot, though. An OBP a lot.
There's no question.
That's huge.
There's no question the guy was a selfish player, though. He used to have the lead with 3 games left. Mattingly would be right on his heels, and he would sit out to preserve his average.
Yeah, he's an asshole like that.
Yeah,
I get it. But let's see. We're gonna just go through his OBP early in his career, okay? Rookie year, 402. 406, excuse me. Pretty good OBP. Second year, led the league, 444. Third year, 407. Fourth year, led the league again, 450. Fifth year, led the league again, 453. Sixth year, led the league again, 461. Seventh year, led the league again, 476. Eighth year, led the league again, 430. Dude was a machine.
He was on the juice. Look at his numbers tailed off.
His numbers tail off. He was on the juice. He just hit 5 home runs. I mean, he did have that year where he had 24 randomly.
Juicing.
Yeah, he was juicing that one year. I mean, but he led the league in OPS one year. I mean, granted, it was a low OPS for leading the league. With 5 home runs in 1988. That's impossible. It's ridiculous. It's absurd.
Look at the on-base percentage.
That's my point.
He gets on base half the time, basically.
Almost half the time during his peak. His
Just
prime.
under half the time.
Guy's incredible.
Look, the guy's. I don't even think he was the best hitter that I saw. I would say the best hitter I saw was, I thought Gwynn overall.
So Gwynn for average?
Yeah. I thought Gwynn was a better hitter. And Gwynn didn't really have a ton of power either, but he had more power than Boggs did.
Well, plus I think these guys don't necessarily hit for power, just like Ichiro. Ichiro wasn't trying to hit for power. He was trying to get base hits.
Tony Gwynn had a lot of seasons over 370. Oh, that's his kid. That's Tony Gwynn's kid.
Oops, wrong Tony Gwynn.
Wrong Tony Gwynn.
Wasn't intentional, Tony.
Rest in peace, Tony. We miss you. Yeah, but growing up in the 90s, that's like a take it to the bank. Beginning of every baseball season, Tony Gwynn's winning the batting title. Look at these averages. Keep in mind, in 94, 110 games in.
Question for you, though, and I'm not trying to be rude.
394.
Look at his OBPs.
They're not
Boggs
as good
had better
as Boggs.
OBPs.
They're not as good as Boggs.
Because he walked a lot. Boggs even said that, too. He said, hard for me to get a hitting streak. I walked a lot.
Yep.
I might only have 2 at-bats a game, technically.
Mm-hmm.
But a walk's just as good as a hit. Same thing with Ted Williams. At some point, if a guy's walking a lot, he has good plate discipline. It's a better thing.
Look at Gwynn's averages, though, in the 90s.
Oh, I know. 394, 368, 353, 372 in a row.
Oddly enough, he only led the league in on-base percentage once.
Led the league in average 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Only
6,
one
7,
season over OPS. OPS over 1,000.
Yeah. But
So let's hold on. So 360 or higher. Let's see.
he didn't have that many home runs, see?
Yeah, he had 1 year, 17, 16. Like those were like his big home run years. But let's see, over 360. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 4 seasons over 360.
Yeah, it's incredible.
His high mark, by the way, was in 97. He hit 372.
No,
No, 97. He hit 372.
that's not his high mark. His high mark's 94. He hit 394.
See,
You tell me he only played 110 games, but
well, that's not his fault.
he hit 394.
Yeah.
Incredible season.
I think Matt Williams also, too, in the strike hit like 46 home runs. He had a chance to catch Maris at the time. That was Maris. But I have no problem with Boggs' number retired.
Nope, neither do I.
I do, however, have a problem with him going up before a few other people. Should Wade Boggs be up there before Roger Clemens?
No.
Honestly.
No.
I know they didn't wear numbers back in the early part of the 20th century, but why isn't Babe Ruth on the right field facade? I understand he didn't wear a number. Could you at least put his name? Or his initials?
They're going to start doing that?
What about
Ruth?
What about Tris Speaker? Tris Speaker, he has like, what, 3,800 hits? Hit like 350 for his career? Won 2 championships with the Red Sox? Why isn't he up there? Jimmy Fox wasn't here long enough. Chris is pulling up Jimmy Fox's numbers.
Yeah, but when do you...
He had his prime years with the Philadelphia A's. He had some monster years with the Red Sox, don't get me wrong.
Played pretty well with the Red Sox, dude.
Yeah, but go down further and look at the stats. He had 434 home runs, 302 of them were...
Yeah, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 All-Star appearances in a row with the Red Sox. Won an MVP. Was close to second time. Led the league in home runs once. Had 50 home runs once and didn't lead the league, but had 175 RBIs that season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had a great Red Sox career. I said it was short, 7 years. He had 1,000 hits. He had 222 home runs.
I want an answer to that, though, from Henry and Werner. Greatest player in the history of baseball, played for your team, won 3 championships.
Well, Babe Ruth didn't play incredibly, like long time period.
He was only here 6 years. He won 3 championships. Greatest player of all time. He deserves to have his number retired. He was the best left-handed pitcher of his era.
Jimmy Fox, he had played here 7 years. Second best hitter of his era.
You don't think the Red Sox should honor Ruth on the right field facade?
That's all I'm saying.
Who deserves it? Who deserves it more, Wade Boggs or Babe Ruth?
It's close. Closer than you make it
I don't
out.
think it's close.
Why? Because Wade Boggs didn't win titles.
That's part
Also,
of
got to
it.
remember, Ruth wasn't Ruth when he played here. You just told me that Fox had all his best seasons in Philly. That's less true than saying Ruth had all his best seasons in New York. That's clear cut. He still had a lot of good seasons in Boston, Fox. Not saying Ruth wasn't good in Boston, but it's not the same.
How many times did Ruth lead the league in ERA with the Yankees? It was completely different. He was primarily a pitcher here.
I understand that, but we talked about this before. We've talked about this.
By the way, and for Ruth wasn't Ruth yet, that is correct. But I do want to point out, in 1918 and 1919, his last 2 years here, he led the American League in home runs with 11 and 29.
I'll be like this, okay? 2-3 years ago, before a bunch of craziness happened. This isn't me. This is a lot of people in forums and on the internet. Used to debate whether Rajon Rondo or Steph Curry was better. And a lot of people would have actually traded Steph Curry to you for Rajon Rondo. Okay? Golden State fans included. All right? So if they had done that trade in 2013 or whatever before Rondo tore his ACL, okay?
Curry wasn't Curry yet, though.
Right. That's my point. Then you wouldn't be sitting there in Golden State saying, after Curry has all these great seasons with Boston, well, we got to retire Curry's number because, he was really good with us, too, and he's just really good. He's the greatest ever. No. It's not how that works.
So being the best left-handed pitcher of your era isn't worthy of getting your
He's a
number
pitcher
retired?
for like 6 years, though. 5 years. It was like 4.5 years of being a great pitcher.
He used to repeatedly beat Walter Johnson, the best pitcher of that time, in 1-0 games.
I understand that,
Like
but what I'm
once a
telling
month.
Listen, he wasn't Pedro Martinez level,
Well,
If he was-
there's no video from back then. But
but I'm just telling you, he wasn't. If he was,
I think Pedro's the greatest
Be
pitcher
different.
of all time.
best peak.
I think he's the best pitcher at his peak ever. Yeah.
Right. If he had that peak, I would say
Actually,
yeah.
Pedro or Koufax. It's really
Oh yeah,
close.
Koufax is number 2, but no, it's Pedro. It's Pedro. If you look at the best thing about baseball, and you can sit there and be like, "Oh, it's advanced stats. You gotta do the eye test." No, in baseball you don't. You just look at all the numbers and you go, "Wow, even for this guy's era, he's just better. He's better. He's better.
Koufax is close. Though.
Pedro's better. And then
Koufax
Koufax
is
is close. You can say Kershaw from a few years ago, up there,
No. Outstanding, but no.
up there. I
Outstanding.
didn't say
but
higher
no.
than those two. I didn't say even at those two level. I said up there with the next.
Look at the lineups Pedro's facing every week and the lineups Kershaw facing.
I understand
every
that. That's why you look at things like ERA plus and a bunch of other crap. But Pedro's best ever at his peak. That's it. That's all it is. They shouldn't even have pitchers anymore. Pedro was too good. They should have tees. Be like, well, we've already seen the best ever. There's no point in watching anymore.
Keep
Just
in
tee
mind
it
that
up.
Pedro was putting up those numbers with a lower mound. Imagine if it was 1968 or before and he had that extra 6 inches or whatever it was.
Imagine he played in the NL. Imagine he didn't play against juicers. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. If he
Yeah.
played in the NL without steroids, with a raised mound, Pedro have an ERA at like 0.01. Maybe like, give up 1 run in 1,000 innings. You know what I mean?
I remember him when he was at Montreal, and I remember thinking, like, wow, this... Excuse me, I'm like, yeah, he was dominating the NL, but now he's coming to the AL East. Those lineups, let's see how he does.
Destroyed it.
Dominating.
Huh.
Absolutely
Ridiculous.
dominating. Look at, I'm not saying the Bugs doesn't deserve it. I just think that Clemens should have been up there before him. Yes, no.
Probably.
And you don't think Tris Speaker and Babe Ruth and even Dom DiMaggio, those guys are worthy of being up there too?
I'm not saying they don't. They're not.
How come? Who are the teammates? Who are the teammates for the Red Sox?
And what do you mean?
The teammates. Williams,
DiMaggio.
Dorr, DiMaggio, Pesky, right? Ted Williams.
You think
retired.
Pesky should be a Hall of Famer?
Huh? I think he's close. I think.
I don't.
I think his numbers are comparable to Gordon's.
And I don't think he should be in either. We've been over this. I know you guys are probably really bored at this moment, but he just shouldn't be there. I love Pesky. He's not a Hall of Famer. Not in baseball. I mean, in basketball, sure. Like, he's probably in the Basketball Hall of Fame. Just because of how good his baseball stats are. But that's not how this works in baseball. Like, they have that level where you have to be like...
Look up Dom DiMaggio stats.
Dom DiMaggio is much closer, I think, than Pesky should be.
He was a 290. Well, I think Domi DiMaggio was a 298 career hitter. Pesky hit 307 for his career.
Yeah, but DiMaggio did it longer.
It's
Better
really
overall numbers, I
it's
would
really tough for the
look at
guys.
it.
It's really tough for the guys whose peak was in the 1940s because they lost 3 years of their career to the war. That's the part.
Last 3 years. I get that.
Yep. So go to this is DiMaggio,
Yeah.
298. He power wasn't really there.
No,
But look-
1,680. It's...
That's well. At his what did he
I wanna-
average? He averaged 195 hits. So
Yeah.
add another 600 to that.
Well,
You're talking-
162 game average. No one plays 162. So.
Yeah, they did back then.
136, 155, 145, 141,
He was-
146.
I thought he retired much younger. Maybe I was thinking of Bobby Doerr. This said he retired when he was
No,
36.
you gotta remember though. So he didn't come into the majors till he was 23. Played 3 seasons, and he missed 3 seasons. So he missed 26, 27, 28. Those are 3 big seasons for a player.
He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 All-Stars.
Yeah, that's not enough in baseball.
I'm not saying he definitely should be in, but I'm saying he's borderline. And is he worthy of having his number retired by the Red Sox? I think so.
Well, the thing that I have an issue with here is, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna run out of numbers.
Oh, like the Celtics do?
Well, in baseball, this is even like 2 to 3 times that. Well, not 3 times, but
Look at
2 times the history.
look at.
You're gonna have like, imagine if you had double the Celtics retired numbers, because that's what you'd have to have in baseball, because the sport's been around forever.
I love Cedric Maxwell. You know I love cornbread. His number should not be retired. His number shouldn't be retired.
Maybe the Celtics will retire Johnny Pesky's number.
Why not? Well, it's already retired for Russell. They reissue Russell's number like, oh, we're gonna retire.
Pesky was a one-time All-Star. Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, he ended up with 1,400 hits. I knew it was 1,400 something. I wasn't sure how many. He did lead the league in hits 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he also lost 3 solid prime years to the war.
24, 25, 26 lost the war.
Okay. But he's not a Hall of Famer.
No.
It's just not.
No.
His 162 game average, if you don't know,
by the way,
186 hits.
By the way, my whole argument.
A better player.
Hold on, my whole argument with Pesky, I never said that Pesky's like surefire as a Hall of Famer. Or it's a disgrace he's not in. I just said, well, Joe Gordon's in the Hall of Fame, and Pesky was just as good. That was my whole point. That's it.
Dom DiMaggio probably better.
I know Joe Gordon won an MVP, but that was a joke because Ted Williams won the Triple Crown, and the only reason he didn't win the MVP is because media hated him, so that shouldn't even count.
And
Dale Murphy won 2 MVPs.
Yeah, the reason that you can't in basketball, you win an MVP, you automatically in the Hall of Fame. Every basketball player that's won an MVP that's eligible is in the Hall of Fame. The only one that we don't know yet if he's actually going to make it is Rose, because he won an MVP, then his leg fell off.
He would have if he stayed healthy.
Make the Hall of Fame, but in baseball, you can win like 4 MVPs and not be in. Not really, but.
Well, Barry Bonds won 7. He's not in.
Yeah, but he'll be in. But Dale Murphy,
he's not getting in.
He'll get it.
He'll get in like 40 years from now when all these old voters.
Look at this career. Okay, we're gonna talk about Pesky and DiMaggio. Dale Murphy, I know he didn't lose time to the war. 2,100, 11 hits. Okay.
398 home runs.
398 home runs. 1,266 RBIs.
Look at his average.
Batting average 265.
It's not a Hall of Famer.
You gotta remember he's a power hitter. It's different. Okay.
Yeah, if you're Harmon Killebrew, not Dale Murphy.
Led the league in home runs twice.
Mark McGwire has 583 home runs. Is he a Hall of Famer? I don't think.
Steroid guy.
Even.
This is a little different in this. This is before the steroid era. He's 2-time MVP.
Roger Maris is a 2-time MVP. He's not in.
7-time All-Star.
Who was a better player? Him?
Probably Maris.
Look up Maris's numbers.
But my point is here, in baseball, you just don't get in, even if you have a great career, if it's not long enough. There's no way. I mean, I'm just showing you that Dale Murphy has a better career than Dom DiMaggio, Johnny Pesky, and he's in the Hall of Fame.
By the way, Roger Maris, excellent player. He, very good career. He's not a Hall of Famer. He didn't do it long enough.
Well, that's my point. So you can't be sitting here and rooting for Pesky and Dom DiMaggio.
I didn't say anything about the Hall of Fame. This is about
but you did, though.
Retired numbers.
You made it like they should be in because another guy's in with similar numbers.
No, I'm just saying, why is he in and Pesky isn't? Because the numbers
you got to ask the voters. Must have been paid off.
No, it's because he played in New York. That's how it works.
Roger Maris, 4-time MVP. Also, 2-time MVP.
Won a Gold Glove.
Actually, he's probably not even as good as Murphy. 1,325 hits, 275 home runs.
He also didn't play as long.
I get that, but baseball.
Look at the game. Look at the games played.
Batting average 260, bro.
Yep.
His OPS plus is higher.
I just said he wasn't in the Hall of Fame.
No, neither one of these. But these guys are guys.
If he hit 61 home runs like 6 years in a row, then yeah, you probably got to put him in.
Well, yeah. Even then, though, if baseball, listen, in baseball, it's weird. You could have a guy that comes out, hits 60 home runs for 6 years, wins the MVP 6 years in a row, and then dies. And baseball's like, didn't do it long enough. Didn't do it long enough. Yeah, but his OPS was 1.457 every year. Didn't do it long enough.
I'm waiting for a Jeter reference. When's it coming?
Because Jeter's the opposite. He really is. Jeter is that like. Jeter's like. Put it this way.
Jeter's a bomb.
Jeter's like a worse Johnny Pesky that did it for longer. Okay, that's all he is. That's all he is. I'm sorry.
If you were a voter and Derek Jeter's on your ballot, are you voting for him?
Yeah, I have to. He has 3,000 hits. That's how baseball works.
I love that. Hits. I love that answer. I have to. I don't want to, but I have to.
You got to be realistic. He's still a Hall of Famer. I just told you he's low level, but there's a lot of guys that are not in the Hall of Fame that could be. Baseball doesn't. Baseball cares shit about peak. It's all about longevity in baseball. I've always told you that.
Who was a better player, Derek Jeter or Barry?
Barry Bonds?
Yeah.
Barry Bonds by like 10.
Exactly.
Barry Bonds is like 30 Derek Jeters combined.
And Bonds is
if you took 30 Derek Jeters combined, rolled them up, and then gave them the steroids, they still wouldn't be as good as Barry Bonds. Okay?
I agree. But we don't vote. That's that's the problem.
Okay, so let's move on here. Let's talk about
You want to talk
the NBA.
Do we have to? Yeah,
we should.
All right. I watched a little of the game last night. These games are on too late. Like I said, they do.
Well, you go to bed early. You're like a nana. I get it.
Yeah, whatever. Golden State.
Scotty's like, 10 o'clock comes, I take my sleeping pills and my Metamucil and I go to sleep.
Yeah, I also get up early at 5 o'clock and I go running, which is why I'm not a fat fucking blob like you.
This is true. And to be fair, though, Scotty's early for everything. If Scotty has to run at 5 o'clock, he wakes up at 4 o'clock and goes, oh, I'm going to get there early. Then he just sits there and waits.
No, I drink.
By himself.
No, what I do is I get up early, I drink my coffee, and then I go run. I gotta wake
I thought
up.
you quit coffee.
I've been drinking it again lately.
That's lovely, huh?
It's a drug.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
It's like crack. I gotta do it.
Scotty's like shaking like, where's my crack coffee? Where's my crack coffee?
That's what it's like. Dude, if I die of a fucking heart attack, it happens. What can I say? That's the risk I gotta take. Alright. So,
by the way, you just made it sound like drinking a coffee is like going to war. Like, it's a risk I gotta take. I gotta do it for the freedom of society.
Nah, my doctor told me to lay off the caffeine.
Yeah, but you're fine.
Whatever.
You know, if you die of a heart attack from caffeine, I'll personally go, like, kill your doctor for you, okay? Even though he told you to stop. Like, it makes no sense. It's not going to happen.
One thing I can say is that the arrhythmias went away when I stopped drinking the caffeine.
Yeah, but no, arrhythmias from caffeine, they say it probably means nothing.
Whatever. He wanted me to try it, and I did try it, and it worked, but I just can't function without coffee. All right.
Did you have erectile fucking dysfunction? You couldn't function without coffee?
No, I tell you what.
Jesus Christ.
I could live without coffee if I didn't have to like go to work. If I could just sleep all day, I'd be fine.
Dude, you sleep more than anyone I know anyways. Look at my 4-month-old son. All the kid does is fucking eat and sleep, alright? He's a fucking chunk. I swear to God, you sleep more than him. You don't eat as much, but you sleep more than him.
I sleep a lot.
Yeah.
And when I binge eat, I eat more than him.
Hey, when we go on a North Conway trip, this is what's going to happen. We're going to get there on Friday, okay? We have to be there, check-in's 3, so Scotty will be there Friday, 9 a.m. Okay?
Probably.
We're sitting there in the parking lot, I'll be like, all right, meet me there at 11. He'll be like, all right, 9 a.m. You know what I mean? Waiting, like, have a coffee. Have a coffee for me, too, by the way. Don't worry, Scotty's like a real generous guy, nice guy. Oh, the other day, so we go out for wings, and I owed wings, so I'm trying to pay for it. So Scotty's trying to give me money anyways, even though I don't want it. And he's like, all right, take money for your son. And I'm like, all right. And so Scotty goes, here's my portion. And he gives me $20,
No,
which, again, this is wicked generous because
God
he's
damn
supposed to give me anything.
You
And he's
son
like,
of a
here's my
bitch.
$20, this is my portion. And I did the math later, and his stuff came out to $26. Again, not that I even wanted $1 from you, because I'm giving it to my kid regardless. Because it's for my
Let me know
kid,
when I can
but
talk.
because it's a gift. But the point is, you still can't add. You can't add numbers. I know they're confusing.
I never saw an itemized bill. I came back from and you know that's true. I came
That
back.
is true, but yeah, like Scotty's like, I had $7, $8 beers. I had
I had 3 beers.
I had nachos.
No,
Yeah,
I
they
had
were
fries.
expensive
I had
too.
fries.
Those horrible beer prices. So you got to get the smalls, man.
I'm a Budweiser guy, man.
No, I get that.
I'm willing to pay the extra.
No, but the smalls and the talls. Okay, this establishment, Sidelines. We'll name names.
Here's the, no, hold on.
A 16-ounce beer costs half of what a 22-ounce beer cost, and it's way more than half the product. So just get 16-ounce beers.
No, if they still had Moosehead, I'm with you.
Not even for Moosehead, but you can do the same thing for Bud.
I'm not a huge fan of Rolling
So
Rock.
get a small Bud, and it's like $4, and a tall Bud for 6 extra
I'm
ounces.
talking
is
about
like
the
$8.
I'm talking about the $2 ones.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the 2 and 4.
Well,
but they're still like double the price. It's
whatever,
not worth it.
Whatever. If you had 3 beers, it was you saw the glass, right? It's like having like a beer and a half, so you get like more beer. So it's not like they give you the same amount.
No, it's like 2 beers, really.
Yeah,
Because it's 22 ounces.
yeah.
The other one's a 16.
I have those football glasses right behind there.
Oh, you take a bunch from there?
No, the Patriot Super Bowl.
Goddamn Lynn hooligans. Stole a bunch of Sidelines glasses.
Those Irish hoodlums down there.
Those Irish hoodlums.
Yeah, they got like Patriot logos on them, and Oki's like, you stole them.
You stole them from Sidelines.
Salute. Top of the morning to you.
At top of the morning to you, sláinte.
All right. What the hell are we talking about? We were talking
I don't know.
about caffeine and like all that shit. Running.
Well, I was talking about basketball, but you didn't want to.
Okay.
Like, do we have to talk about sports?
Hold on.
I just want to Kirk Minahan it.
All right. So Golden State.
Do you listen to that show at all?
No.
Kirk Minahan's an effing lunatic.
So Golden State won last night. They only won by 9.
Only?
Now, only 9, and it was closer than that.
I'd say it was like a 3-point game.
Right.
Ish.
Now,
And Golden State went to the line more, and they was at home. So, and they played well. So
if you're going into Game 6 in OKC tomorrow night,
I'm expecting OKC to win. I'm not guaranteeing it. I think Golden State could win.
OKC, the previous 2 games won by like 30 points each, and they go to Golden State and they lose by 9, but it was closer than that. They were like within 5 the whole game. If you're a Golden State fan, how are you confident tomorrow night? I'm not.
You still have the best team ever regular season wise.
I don't see it. I think OKC
You don't think your
beats
team can win one more game on the road? You're going to tell me that. With that
them.
line,
Let me ask you this. Who's the pressure on more tomorrow night? Golden State or OKC?
not sure. It's about a toss-up. Because Golden State knows they have to win, but what does OKC know? That they have to win. Because they don't want to go back losing 2 games in a row to Golden State for a
If
game
it goes
7.
7, they're not winning Game 7.
No, I disagree. I
That's
told you this.
fine.
I told you this
That's
before
fine.
Game 5.
That's fine.
Any outcome was possible. OKC could have won the series in 5 games. OKC could win it in 6 games. OKC could win it in 7 games. Or Golden State could win it in 7. I don't know. What did I tell you before the series started?
It's going to be a war.
It's still going to be a war.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the OKC San Antonio series was, even though it only went 6. This series is going to be a war. And then whoever plays the Cleveland Cavaliers, assuming the Cavs can beat Toronto,
They're winning. They're winning tonight.
okay, that's going to be a war.
They're
too.
up like 8.
That's what happens when really great teams face each other in the playoffs.
By the way, I got sick this morning. There's another article saying the Celtics are going to go after Kevin Love this summer. Another one. Another one.
So if we go after Love, you ain't get Bender? Are you like pumped?
No,
Are you like what power?
No. I start rooting for like the Lakers or something. Like I just couldn't do it anymore.
Really?
I don't want Love.
I don't want Love either.
Danny wants all these like white boys. He just wants like a whitewash.
He's like, we want Delonte Westbeck. He's not white, but he's really light skinned.
Team light skin. Go out and get Chris Copeland too.
But
He's like Klay Thompson. Yeah, he's got some white in him. Go get him.
he's light enough. You get him.
You seen Steph Curry's mom? Yeah, she's white. Go get him.
Go get him.
We need. Like mulattoes are acceptable, but we need more whites.
Yeah. We can get Hispanics if they're light skinned. We're like, we can donate David Ortiz. Too dark. Julian Tavares, perfect.
And wonder why we can't get free agents. Too many white guys.
Boston's a racist. We just like the light skinned players.
Bring back Luke Herringody.
Who can't? Oh my God. Blast from the past. Absolutely horrible player.
He wasn't bad.
Are you kidding me? He's like the halfway point between Scala's Boston Prime and Kelly Olynyk.
Oh, he was better than Leonard.
Right. He's
Better
like halfway.
He was better than Scal.
No.
Not by much. But
Harangody was worse than Scal.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
But Harangody averaged like 2.3 points a game,
He never
maybe.
played.
Hey, he sucked.
Here's got an Allen and Shaq on the team. Where's he going to play in that rotation?
Scal played,
Not in 11. He wasn't on the team.
but more than that. When he was on the team.
Yeah, Scal played on the team when it was garbage time and they're up 30 points and they're playing Gino. That's when Scal saw the floor. And Scal's awesome, but you know,
Scal was awesome when Gino went on, okay? Scal for 3!
No, but I don't expect Golden State to win tomorrow. I don't see it.
I don't expect either team to win tomorrow. I think it's going to be a good game.
I don't. I think OKC's going to blow them out. They don't have anyone on the team to guard Durant. Someone has to put out an APB and file a missing persons report for Draymond Green. Where the hell is he?
He played better yesterday.
What about the other 4 games?
But these players aren't going to just be incredible every game.
The only thing I've seen Draymond Green do in the series is kick Steven Adams in the balls. It's the only thing I've seen him do.
Oh, he made a nice block yesterday.
Yeah, into the guy's balls. He's like,
No,
boom, kicking balls.
Draymond Green I actually thought was a lot of energy and a lot of help. He played good team defense yesterday. He actually stepped up a lot comparatively.
Also,
I'd go over the stats with you, but I can't because the
Also-
computer's not working.
yeah, my computer sucks.
Too much porn by Scotty LaCascia. So it's
That's actually like too much porn by my brother. Really?
like gay midget porn.
No, my brother likes that Asian porn.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
fetishizes.
Yeah, he likes the geishas. Absolutely. Like I'll be looking for my computer. I'm like, where the hell's my laptop? And it'll be like in like down here with like friggin' like cum stains all over it and like friggin' like a cum stain rag. I'm like,
Hey, Ma! I'm done with my segment, but I need to clean my computer.
I'm down here with like probably why it doesn't work because I'm like spraying it with like disinfectant, like going like this.
Oh, there are like lots of like stains and stuff. I've been touching this thing all day. I got like Craig come all over my hands.
Yeah, look at it right there. It's like, oh.
Oh no, I had to glue the keys down.
Yeah, this fucking thing. My friend has fixed this computer like 18 times. I just want to point that out. What the fuck?
Still doesn't work.
Oh, page unresponsive. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Look at it. It needs a scan. That's what that means.
Oh, it needs to be not jerked off on. That's what that means.
Yeah.
Honestly though.
OKC by like 14 tomorrow.
No.
14 points.
No.
Not a blowout, but close. A semi-blowout.
I think every time we pick scores on here, we're way wrong. You know that?
We both picked Golden State to kill the Celtics back in April.
I had a lower score, like lower win than you did, so I won that by default.
We both picked them to lose, but you picked them to lose by less, so you win.
Right. I think OKC is going to win by 4 points.
So you think Golden State's done?
Probably. I put it at 60-40.
I got a couple questions for you.
They're going to lose tomorrow, yeah?
No, I got a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
Is this the biggest disappointment in NBA history? That a relatively healthy team that won 73 games didn't even make it to the finals?
Well, first of all, hold the phone. Series ain't over yet. Okay. Picking up your cell phone doesn't help anything. Series ain't over
Said
yet.
hold the phone.
It's not over. Talk to me when it's over.
This is all
Dallas
assumption.
Mavericks.
2007? Disgraceful. Disgraceful.
How many games did they win?
Disgraceful. They
67,
won 67
right?
games.
Where did they make it?
They lost the first round. It's a disgrace.
That's way worse than this.
Disgrace. Phil Leotardo, Sopranos. You're a fucking disgrace. That's what he said.
San Antonio. This year. How many games did they win?
67.
Where did they make it?
At least they won a round.
Right. So you're going to sit here and tell me that I know it's 6 more games, they won 73. But if they get beat by the same team that just beat a 67-win team, say OKC wins the title this year. If they're going to beat Golden State, they're probably going to go beat Cleveland, okay? Great, grand, and wonderful. If you lost the champion that just beat another Titan, a 67-win team, and you take them to 6 games and lose, you're supposed to be disgraced by that? That's disgraceful.
That they shouldn't have lost this. If they lose the series, they shouldn't have lost the series. I don't care what you say.
But I told you after they beat San Antonio, they had a chance to beat Golden State.
I thought they had a puncher's chance.
I told you it was like 35-40%.
I thought it was a puncher's chance.
But I told you, if they beat San Antonio, they have the chance to beat Golden State.
That game one, if they lose the series, is going to haunt Golden State forever.
Well, I thought it will. Well, I thought Golden State had the best chance to win the title, then San Antonio, then probably Cleveland, then OKC fourth. That's just because for OKC to win it, they would have had to beat San Antonio, then Golden State, and then Cleveland in a row. Well, they're almost 2/3 of the way there, okay? And they're looking like the best team, and they get 2 of the 5 best players in the world, okay? Each one of those other teams only has 1 of the 5 best players. OKC has 2. And they're doing exactly what I told you they could do. They can't be they've always been a title contender. They've always been a legit title contender for this year. Now, will they win it? I don't know. Maybe they lose the next 2 games. That OKC looks like they choked, right? If they lose 3 in a row?
Not necessarily.
There's been 2 teams that have ever lost a series after being up 3-1. You know who played for one of them?
Well,
You know who played for the other one?
Dr. J.
Tracy McGrady.
You're forgetting about the 81 team. 81 Sixers were up 3-1 on the Celtics and lost.
Then was there not a Wilt one? Are you sure?
Wilt's team was up 3-1 and lost 3 in a row to the Celtics in '68.
Well, we're going to have to look this up.
Yeah, good luck doing that.
Because that was the best when they were talking to Tracy McGrady about moving on to the next round.
I'm so glad to be out of the first round. Well,
Yeah.
You hit the wrong thing. That's why it's taking so long.
And then he didn't even get out of the first round.
What in the hell is wrong with this?
He's a Fugazi. You know what a Fugazi is?
It's a fake. Yeah, I know what a Fugazi is. Alright, I'm telling you, right? Look it up on your phone.
I'm looking it up. Problem is, your basement has no internet and you don't know your Wi-Fi password, so...
Oh.
You're like, it's like Willie47. Like, it's not, though.
I'm telling you, you don't even have to look it up. In '68, Philly lost 3 in a row. In '81, Philly lost 3 in a row. In Orlando, whatever year that was, they lost 3 in a row.
Were they all up 3-1 though?
Those two Philly teams were up 3-1. Yes. Yes.
Well, then this will be the fourth time it ever happened. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But that won't look good. That'll look terrible for Durant and Russell Westbrook. Terrible.
Terrible.
Terrible. All right.
The second part of that, because that was only part one, part two. If OKC wins tomorrow night, did they just pull off the two biggest upsets in the history of the NBA playoffs back-to-back?
No.
Beating a 67-win team.
67 Dallas team when Dallas team just lost. We just talked about this.
No, back-to-back series I'm talking about.
Well, if you're clumping them as back-to-back.
They beat San Antonio, 67 wins. They beat Golden State.
If you're counting the two
yes,
in a
that's
row,
what I'm saying.
but
yes,
no one counts series like that. Like we count these series as a clump of series. Then yes, they just beat the. If OKC wins this and they win the title, they just defeated the hardest road to the championship ever. No matter what anyone else says. You can't find a harder road to the championship than beating 67-win San Antonio team, a 73-win Golden State team, and then Cleveland. I'm sorry, you can't. There's no harder road to the championship in NBA history.
Probably.
And then you can sit there and say, you can't say they're the greatest team ever. You can sit here and say this 55-win OKC team, who probably should have won 60 to 62 games, because they choked a bunch in the fourth quarter. Like I told you, they always had problems winning. If they've
cleaned that up, they've figured it out.
So far, they've cleaned it up. We'll see. But if they
they're going to blow them
are
up
that good, and they went through those three teams in a row, you can make the argument they could beat any team in a series. Any team. They got the bigs.
Got more power.
More acceleration. They got KD. They got Westbrook. They got a good roster. They got a coach who's actually coaching way better than I thought he would. I'm still not completely sold on him, but
the ability to kick and coach, man.
He's coaching so far. Let's get in the NHL for a little.
We don't need to get into the East, do we? It's the Caps. Probably
the Caps should win. We also thought the Caps would sweep a win 5.
I'm sure they're gonna win. Oh yeah, that looks terrible if they lost 2 games to this team, by the way. Awful.
Yeah, I expected one. Like, one I would have been like, oh, that's fine. You lose a game on the road. You can't win 2. You can't. Lose 2, I should say.
Having said that, I still think they have a chance to beat whoever comes out of this West Series. Still think they got a shot.
Yeah, they have a shot.
Still think
they definitely have a shot.
I actually think at this point they beat Golden State the way they're playing.
I'd put them as an underdog almost against either team. Cavs going to have a lot of problems matching up with OKC bigs. The Cavs going to have a lot of problems matching up with the depth of Golden State.
Look at that series right there. Philly was up 3-1 in 68, right?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah. You're right. You're right.
And
you're right, good sir. You are right.
81, they won 3 in a row. I can look that up too and prove it, or you can just believe me.
I believe you.
Okay.
So it's happened 3 times in NBA history.
I think so, yeah.
It has to have been 3 times. But let's talk about the NHL.
Joe Thornton.
The boy Joe Thornton's going to win a cup.
I think
Pittsburgh's going to win.
I think Pittsburgh's going to win.
But that doesn't mean they can't win. The Sharks could win.
Yeah, they're playing well. By the way, is Steven Stamkos the toughest son of a bitch in sports?
No.
Pretty tough dude.
Logan Mankins.
Tough dude, though.
I think Logan Mankins is probably the toughest.
In Game 7 against the Bruins 5 years ago, he took a puck off the face.
I know.
Was out of the game for 5 minutes, got stitches, came back in.
That's a hockey player, though.
Okay? This dude has blood clots. His season was over. And they said, your blood clots are bad. You could go out on the ice, you get hit the wrong way, you could bleed to death internally. And he played last night.
Yeah.
Because it was Game 7. There was a chance to go to the Cup Finals.
Yeah.
Who does that in sports today?
Very few. Hockey players
Who's the last guy who did something like that? Bergeron? Playing with like a punctured lung?
Hockey players just do it all the time, dude.
Take hockey out of it. Like, can you name like another one?
Oh.
You have to go back to the flu
Logan
game.
Mankins.
The flu game with Michael. Like, what do you have to go back to?
Logan Mankins played a whole season without an ACL. It's torn. Kept playing. Football players do it all the time, too. Again, not that I'm trying to sit here and say he gets hurt the worst, but Tom Brady plays with broken ribs and broken feet and just keeps playing. No one says anything about it. No one complains about it. They don't make it well known, and then he gets surgery after the offseason.
I think the biggest warrior in all of sports is Clay Buchholz.
Oh, yeah. Clay Buchholz and Aqua Taliban, a.k.a. Kib Talib.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that
Kib Talib.
that movie Gladiator with Russell Crowe, they wanted Buchholz for that role, but he just had too much going on.
They were like, oh, man, you're too intimidating. You are too badass. You can't play Gladiator. And they tried him out for 300, too. They were like, you can't play King Leonidas. You are too badass.
And then they're like, yeah, it's good off the bullpen. I don't know, man.
There are 9 teams in history. Why did I think there was 3?
There are 9?
Yep.
Okay, one.
Lakers
LA
versus
and
Phoenix in 70.
70. Washington and San Antonio. I don't even remember.
79.
San Antonio was in the East?
Boston versus Philly in 81.
I forgot about that one. I was pissed. I forgot about that
That's
one.
your team. That's your boy.
I was rooting for the Suns hard. Mario Ellie with the kiss of death, that 3. I remember it.
Miami versus New York in 97. I should remember that, actually.
That's the one. Detroit and Orlando in 03 you were talking about.
Yep. Detroit versus Orlando. Game 5. The Pistons beat the Magic 98-67.
And that's why hand checking no longer exists. I forgot about that one.
2006.
I was going nuts. I remember that one. I was so happy. They killed him in Game 7, too. Oh, last year.
Are we retarded?
Yeah, I think so.
First of all, why did I think this was going to be the 3rd? This is going to be the 10th if it happens.
That's not going to happen, so we're going to stay at 9.
Oh, we don't know.
But I can't believe we missed that many.
Yeah, I mean, no team's ever come down 3-0.
And the 95 Houston-Phoenix one, I remember that clearly. Cause
I remember last year's clearly.
I remember
We talked about it.
I remember the Phoenix-Houston one because I remember I was upset. I really...
We've talked about this series on this show.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's bad. It's bad for business.
I just want to point out that of those 9 times, Doc was a coach at 2 of them.
Listen, still a good coach. Can never take away his ring.
All right.
Even if he goes to a different city.
All right. Doc is going to be the first guy in history to blow a 3-0 lead. He's going to be the Joe Torre of the first basketball team that does it.
Yeah. Joe Torre's a great coach, right?
Don't say coach. It's
Manager.
baseball. Manager.
Sorry.
You got to say manager.
Yeah, it is different.
Yeah, I mean, Joe won 4 championships.
It's different
The
because
Hall of Fame manager.
they wear uniforms like they're a player. I don't get that.
I hate it. It's a manager.
And saying that, why do they wear uniforms like they're a player?
It doesn't. It's the way baseball's different. The manager.
It's just been like this
It's
forever.
like when Tito, whenever someone calls him coach, he just like ignores them. He's like, I'm not the coach. I'm the manager. Which is awesome, by the way.
It is, but you know what? Like, everyone else is a coach, except he's the manager.
It's like when I met Joe Morgan at the World Series. I was pretty sure it was him, but I wasn't positive. There's a lot of old guys that probably look like Joe Morgan. And I was like, I saw like the 86 AL champ ring. I'm like, excuse me, sir, are you Joe Morgan? He's like, yep, I used to manage since 9. That's just how it works. Baseball's different.
I understand it's different, but...
By the way, the Sox are trailing 5-4 in the 7th.
Well, that's wonderful.
The Orioles had a 3-0 lead, and it's tied 3-3. That's what I had to talk about.
The Orioles? They suck? They just struck out 17 times again?
48 strikeouts in a 3-game series. They were swept. 48. I could feel the breeze from up here with all those whiffs.
Cleveland's up 37-30 in the second. 8:22 to go.
Talking about the Orioles right now. 48.
No one cares about your Orioles.
Wow. All you got to do, if you're playing against the Orioles, just throw curves. They can't hit them. That's their intel. That's your scouting report. They can only hit fastballs. Just throw breaking pitches, they won't hit it. They will chase.
Oh, you want to hear the scores in men's internationals friendlies?
It's really this is so uninteresting that you really like.
It's better than the Orioles. I mean,
do you feel my pain?
WNBA scores? What the?
They're getting. Hey, they've only struck out 5 times.
Chicago's up on San Antonio, 59-47 in the third, with 3:16 to go.
I'm going to shoot a flare gun at your dick if you start quoting WNBA.
Yeah, you want to know
scores.
men's tennis?
Get off. Enough. No.
No one cares about the Orioles and your strikeout problems. We actually embrace and savor in it. We rejoice in the fact that your team can't hit a curveball, okay? Because it gives the Red Sox that much better of a chance to make it to the World Series this year. Which is looking like it has a good shot.
Yeah,
I'm not saying win
to get demolished by Chicago or
Probably.
Washington.
Probably
or San
Chicago.
Francisco. Nah,
Probably.
they're the Cubs. I'm not willing to go there yet. They're still the Cubs. Until they prove me differently.
Every dog has its day, Scotty.
Until they prove me differently, they're still the Chicago Cubs.
I hate that argument. Until they do this, it's like, yeah, but at some point, every team or every person, or every player, or every coach, or every manager,
you right now,
was until they win.
I'm telling you right now, the Los Angeles Clippers will never win an NBA championship.
Until they do.
They won't.
Maybe they'll even be with Doc. You know how happy I would be? That like happens in a couple of years.
Oh, Doc
show's going on. I'm just like, hey Doc, by the way, thanks for coming on our show. This guy thinks you're the worst coach ever. Get a website. We have it with a shirt on. Find me now. FireDocNow.com.
Hey, Glenn Rivers is welcome on the show every day.
I hope he wins the title, but his team comes down from 3-0 and wins the title.
It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen.
You don't know that?
It ain't gonna happen.
You don't know that?
First question I'd ask is, could you explain why you quit on the Celtics? That's the first question I'd ask him.
No,
First thing I'd ask him. That's numero uno. I'm gonna look. I've watched actually the last few playoff games, hockey playoff games. I watched all of Game 7 last night. Great game. I'm not a huge hockey aficionado. Neither are you.
No.
It's our fourth sport, right?
Yep.
But I'm going to say Pens in 6. Just because I like the way they're playing. They got Malkin.
Pens in
They have
7.
Crosby. You get 7.
7.
7. So.
Yeah, Phil Kessel isn't on the World Cup roster. God, fuck.
I hate these fucking ads. They're so fucking annoying.
I hate the fact that I still have to even use ESPN. Told you I'd cancel my subscription, my Insider. They suck.
By the way, I think NFL Mobile's finally gone. I haven't seen NFL Mobile notification in weeks.
You still can't fix your updates. That's still a problem.
That's not true because I continually fix them and they just come back. So I don't know what you want me to do.
Update your computer on time, Scotty.
Every Saturday after I post this, I run those updates. Then I shut the computer off.
How about you update before on like Friday morning?
What do you expect me to do? I work. I don't have time to fart around with the fucking computer.
It's time to wake up at 4 a.m. to get ready for his 5 a.m. run, though.
Yep, and while I'm running, I'm saying to myself, O'Keefe is probably like eating donuts and drinking coffee right now.
I mean, the funny thing is, I have a little monitor that you don't know about. I eat donuts and I drink my coffee. And I watch you run. I don't give a fuck. I'm Jabba the Hutt, dude. That's fine. No problem with that.
I'm not even saying this to be mean. Look at you. You look like a fucking beach whale right now. You got to get on the fucking
Dude,
treadmill.
Jabba the Hutt. I'm fine. Listen, what happened in the end? I know Jabba the Hutt died. But Jabba the Hutt, he got Leia. Maybe it was only for a little bit. Maybe he had to chain her up, but he got Leia.
Like, other than like AG, you look like if you went up a flight of stairs, you would just like keel over and die and fall down the stairs like Jack Nicholson in The Shining. Like that's what you
come
look like
on.
right now. I'm serious.
I walk upstairs all the time. That's a lie. Irrelevant.
At Atlas Glummo, when the elevator doesn't work, plus there's no one there to fix it anymore, so if it breaks this time, like it's just gonna stay broken. All right. Want to spend the rest of the time on the Red Sox? Actually,
Well, no.
Brady thing.
I want to get into last week we talked about Terrell Davis being in the Hall of Fame.
I made the argument that
you said
I didn't say he should be in, but I said, can you make the argument that even though his peak was outstanding, he didn't do it long enough? Could you make a case for him in the Hall of Fame? Is what I said.
I understand that. This is what I'm going to tell you. This is Terrell Davis' career stats. 7,607 yards with 4.6 yards per carry, 60 rushing touchdowns, 3 All-Pros, 3 first team, 3 Pro Bowls, and 1 NFL MVP. I know he won Super Bowls, but that's kind of irrelevant for a running back.
Did you say Super Bowl MVP?
And 1 NFL
matters.
MVP.
That matters. Super Bowl MVP still matters. Big deal.
Okay. Well, these other guys, a lot of them weren't on teams that were good enough to make it. Some of them did. Most of them didn't. Okay? If he's in, that's 7,600 yards. Not exactly a ton of yards here. Sean Alexander, 9,453 yards, 4.3 yards rushing per carry, 112 rushing touchdowns, almost double. 3-time Pro Bowl, 1-time All-Pro first team, 1-time second team, NFL MVP. He's got to be in if Terrell Davis is in. He's got to be. Got a way longer, better career. Jamal Lewis, 10,000 yards. 10,607 yards. 3,000 yards exactly more. 58 rushing touchdowns. One-time first team All-Pro, one-time Pro Bowl. Has a 2,000 yard season. Why isn't he going to be in if Terrell Davis is in?
I think Priest Holmes is better than all three of those guys.
Oh, Priest Holmes. 8,172 yards. More than Terrell Davis. 4.6 yards per carry.
That's it?
Yep, that's the same. 4 points. He didn't do it long enough either, just like Terrell Davis. 4.6 yards. Exact same yards per carry.
I thought he had 10,000.
Exact same yards per carry. 86 rushing touchdowns. He has more. 3-time Pro Bowl, 3-time first team All-Pro. No MVP. Different though, because unfortunately he had a peak when other guys had better peaks, namely quarterbacks. But he could be in if Terrell Davis is in.
Ricky is on your list.
Yep.
And I understand that this matters. If he didn't take like 4 years off to smoke weed,
He'd be in. Easy.
hands down.
But this is the thing. Clinton Portis. Remember, Terrell Davis has 7,600 yards. Clinton Portis, 9,923 yards. So another 2,300 yards. 4.4 yards per carry, 75 rush touchdowns, more. 2-time Pro Bowl, 1-time second team AP, doesn't have as many honors. Ricky Williams, 10,000 yards, 10,009. 4.1 yards per carry, 66 rushing touchdowns, 1-time Pro Bowl, 1-time first team All-Pro. Edgerrin James, this is the one that should be on the list.
Edge was a good back.
The most he should be a Hall of Famer. 10,246 yards.
No, 12,000.
12,000, excuse me. 246 yards. That's 12,000. 80 rushing touchdowns. 4-team All-Pro. 1-time first team All-Pro. 2-time second team All-Pro. And he led the NFL in rushing twice.
You know,
which is more than
his numbers. I would, if you want to get him up here, compare him to these guys. Was Dylan.
We'll get him up too. We'll get up a couple other teams because and this is all I was saying. If you let
Terrell Davis in, you got to
let a lot of these
7 guys in.
Yeah, there's a lot, maybe more. Because then you're talking Corey Dillon.
By the way, I'm stunned that Holmes didn't have 10,000 yards. I thought he had at least 10.
No, he didn't play long enough.
I thought he had at least 10,000 yards.
He was an absolute beast for a short period of time. Similar to Terrell Davis, actually. Only difference is Priest Holmes. Imagine if Priest Holmes played his career with Brady. That's what Terrell Davis did with Elway.
Oh, man. The play action would have been ridiculous. Antoine Smith was a good back. I don't think he ever got the credit that he was due. He was a good back. He wasn't
good. He wasn't great.
Wasn't great, but he was good.
Okay, really quick. Fred Taylor. Okay.
He was on the pass for like a day.
I know he only has a one Pro Bowl selection, but he ended up with, give me the total in a moment once it loads. It was 11,695 yards, 66 rushing touchdowns. Okay, he could easily be in the Hall of Fame. 4.6 yards per attempt, just like exact same.
Did you find Dylan?
I'm gonna do Dillon in a moment. Corey Dillon. Okay, 11,241 yards. 4-time Pro Bowler. That's more than Terrell Davis. Okay? He had 82 touchdowns more. 4.3 yards per carry. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You have a bunch of guys.
I thought he would have led the league in rushing once.
Nope.
Yeah.
You have a lot of guys that are
I think Curtis, 4th all-time in
somehow around Terrell Davis, or better than Terrell Davis in certain aspects, where you have to go, if you let Terrell Davis in, you got to start looking at a lot of other guys too. Steven Jackson, 3-time Pro Bowler, okay? He ended up with 11,438 yards, 69 touchdowns, 4.1 yards per attempt. He was also a 2-time second-team All-Pro. So, that's what I'm saying, though. These are guys you have to look at if you let Terrell Davis in. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
It goes to the, oh, well, this guy's in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Why aren't these guys? You can't let open the floodgates. If you open the floodgates, it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So that's why I'd have to say Terrell Davis shouldn't be in.
Okay.
If they're going to put him in, they got to put at least half these guys I just named in.
Yeah.
At some point. Someone that definitely is going to go in as a running back, LaDainian Tomlinson. As much as I dislike the guy.
No, he's in.
He's a cut above these guys.
He's in. He's
a cut above. And lastly, we can talk about the Red Sox.
Really quick
We
on
can talk about Brady if you wanted.
Really quick. I was reading an article that Brady has a puncher's chance at this thing because the dissenting judge, Katzman, made such an emphatic charge that my two colleagues that were on the panel with me, they missed the boat. They don't get it.
Well, Denny Chin doesn't get anything.
Right.
He's like, Jesus, throw dinosaurs.
Have you seen my baseball?
You see my baseball?
Have you seen my deflated baseball?
Have you seen my PSI gauge?
Have you seen my calculator? I like Chinese for fried rice.
Oh, that's terrible.
Too much?
Too much.
Too much? Alright.
These guys are racists.
Yeah, probably. We're white. We have to be racist.
Listen, I am not a racist. I am not a crook.
Alright. Has your opinion on this changed at all?
No.
He's got like what? Maybe a 5% chance?
I say maybe 5, maybe 7, something like that. If it happens, it happens. I would love it to go to the Supreme Court. Absolutely love it. I think most people... Look. The Patriots wrote an amicus curiae. An amicus brief. On Tom Brady's side. While they didn't technically sue the NFL, that's the closest you're probably going to get. Which I don't understand why Kraft didn't sue in the first place, but... This is basically them going... I know we're part of the NFL, we're part of the suit against Brady, or we're on the side against Brady, technically. We're going to write a brief to say that Brady's right, and we support him fully. It's like, it's absurd. It really is. What is weird is a couple of the owners that were apparently pissed about that amicus brief that the Patriots put out.
Get the fuck over it.
But they think that Kraft only put it out because he knows it doesn't matter. And it's just a public opinion thing. Just to win brownie points with Patriots fans. Which might be true.
That ship has sailed for me. I can't speak for everyone.
What have I been telling you the entire time since Kraft didn't fight this? He's dead to me. He's dead.
I know it was you, Robert. You broke my heart.
I'm like, fuck you, pay me.
No, you pay him. That's how it works. You watch his games.
I'm completely done with him.
Not the other
I
way
really am. I wish Jonathan had the balls to just be like, we're going to war here. You know, wartime conciliation.
No more meetings, no more discussions, no more Goodell tricks. You give him one message, I want Goodell, it's not a solo, all I want to go to the Baptist. Today, hear me, Goodell!
That's the thing, though. There's nothing else to say about the Brady thing right now. Unless something else opens up. I mean, a bunch of scientists and teachers, professors from all over the country wrote an amicus brief as well, saying basically none of the math makes any sense saying that Brady did it. Because he did.
That's the problem, though. It has nothing to do with whether he did it or not anymore. That's what everyone keeps getting. This is all about Article 46.
No, but if enough people say, like, listen, this is all fake math. You can't literally be taking this as fair process. They paid a place to make up fake math. And to make up fake science.
Well, Brady's whole camp's argument is, yes, the commissioner can do whatever he wants, but he can't hand down the punishment, then hear the appeal, and then deny the appeal, and that, you know what I'm saying?
Right, and none of it's fair process.
None of it's fair.
You can't commission a report to say what you want it to say.
By the way, they did that.
And then say it was fair.
They did that little cute live that, like, Troy Vincent's the one who actually handed down the punishment. That's bullshit. That was Goodell.
Of course he didn't hand down the punishment.
It was
He's not allowed to hand down the punishment unless Goodell says it's for him to hand it down.
Yeah,
he can only enforce what Goodell tells him to enforce. Let's go back to like the Spygate stuff, where like they changed the rules 40 times. They weren't even allowed to change the rules, even though they decided they were going to change it in a memo. That which doesn't hold weight because they're not allowed to change the rules. And then Belichick used an interpretation of the rules the whole way through, and they're like, no, that interpretation only counts over here, not what you did it. And he's like, what are you talking about? Okay, like this is overblown. This is crap. That's what this is.
I'm just looking forward to when the NFL, quote-unquote, wins, and the Patriots go 4-0 in the first 4 games anyway.
They're not going to go 4-0 with Jimmy G. They're not going to go 4-0. You're going to get... If they have Jimmy G, they're going to go to Arizona and get stomped.
Julian Edelman, Rob Gronkowski, Amendola,
Gronkowski's puts the uprights.
Bennett. One of them's got to be open. You throw to the open one. I think I could quarterback this offense.
To 4 wins. In the first
They're
4
going to win
games.
the other 3. They might lose week 1. They're not going to lose the other 3.
They'll probably be 2-2 or 3-1.
Houston, Buffalo, Miami at home. They're not losing.
If you made me, I'd put the over/under on the first 4 games without Brady, not with Brady, sans Brady, at 2.5. 2.5 wins.
Over.
You can take the over,
They're
but I'm
not
telling
going.
you,
They're not going to lose.
that's a
those,
damn good over/under.
They're not going to lose the 3 home games.
No, but they might lose 1 in Arizona and drop 1 home game.
They're not going to drop 1 home game.
Your quarterback is Jimmy G. I know he's the second coming of Jesus Christ for Italians in this area. Is Jimmy G.
My counter. You're playing Buffalo.
He's a fucking
Houston,
goat herder.
and Miami.
The kid's a goat herder.
Houston, Buffalo, Miami.
Goat herder.
Houston, Buffalo, Miami.
He's a goat herder.
Houston. Buffalo.
Houston, better than you making him out. Buffalo, better than you making him out. Miami, I'm not going to defend Miami. The point here is,
Tannehill.
goat herder. As odd as it sounds, and I'm not even sure, but Jimmy G might be a worse quarterback than all those teams are. That's how bad it is. Okay? So don't sit here and tell me, like, the reason that you win all these games is because Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback that ever lived, and he is almost always better than the guy he plays against.
Yeah, what happens if Garoppolo throws 15 touchdowns and 1 pick in the first 4 games?
Then we're trading his
And
ass for a couple
4-0.
first-round picks.
Oh, Goodell will just take them away.
Patriots cannot acquire first-round picks.
Against the rules.
Are you going to pull a Castle on me and be like, well, we should keep him then?
No.
If he throws 15 touchdowns and 1 pick, would you keep Garoppolo and trade Brady?
What, trade his ass?
Which one?
Really? You don't know who I'm talking about?
I don't know. You're Italian.
I'm also quarter Irish.
So you're going to keep Tom Brady.
I'm keeping the Mick. Yeah.
Keep the Mick with the howitzer.
I'm keeping exactly. I'm keeping the potato-eating howitzer. And keeping the pencil dick Garoppolo.
The fuck out of here. Go get your fucking shine box. No, I'm a goat herder. Go get your fucking herd.
Why do you bring up Gio Camazzi with every
Because
single...
that's who Jimmy Garoppolo reminds me of whenever I look at him. I'm like, how Italian is this guy? Kind of looks like Aladdin, though.
Prince Ali.
Yeah.
Prince Ali, fabulous, Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm sorry, I had to. All right.
But the Red Sox are still killing.
We can talk about the Red Sox. Yeah, they're losing again.
Yeah.
They're losing again.
They're going to lose games. That's kind of how this works. It is baseball.
Their offense is
They're
sputtering.
going to lose at least 62.
Offense is sputtering. Offense is sputtering. They only scored 2 runs last night. They only got 4 runs tonight.
That's
Sputtering.
2 games, Scotty.
Sputtering.
I have a question for you. How'd they do the 2 games before that?
They're sputtering.
They go 500 the rest of the way, win over 90 games.
Offense isn't clicking right now.
Offense is fine.
Oh, they just tied it. Oh, they got
Offense sputtering, 5 runs, sputtering. They're gonna drop an 8-8 burger on.
Oh, they're back.
The Blue Jays are gonna win.
tied it.
They're back. They're back. They're the best. They're the best ever.
Best ever.
Okay.
How did they score that run? Go down.
Hold on.
We've
We're
been
gonna look in
doing
a
our
minute.
show. We're gonna do it.
Bradley got a hit tonight, of course. I wasn't mad that his streak ended. I was just mad that he crushed a couple balls. Crushed them.
2 of them went to the track.
They were crushed too.
But
One of them was dead center almost. Track.
he's been hitting 6 for a month.
7.
Or whatever. But 6, 7.
Moved. I would never move him to the top spot.
Too much pressure on him. I get what Farrell's trying to do. He's trying to get him more at bats. But why fuck with it? No need to.
I would move him up to 5th maybe.
I agree with you. He's probably like, wow, I can change the lineup every day. Wow,
Yeah. I
seriously?
didn't know I could change the lineup. What's this double switch thing? I have a bullpen. I can get those pitches and bring them in the game. Wait. Are you telling me Clay Buchholz doesn't have to be in my rotation?
I can set the lineup any way I want. Okay, Vasquez, you're leading off. Swihart, you're hitting the 2-hole.
No. You don't get. He's like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit all my worst hitters first. So at the
Get 'em out
end
of
we
the
have
way.
all the good ones. Yeah.
Get him out of the way.
Save the best for last. They're like, you don't do that in baseball, John. This is why. Oh, you can do that? Really? That's how that works? You want your best guys hit first? Oh, because then they get more at bats. I get it. So it's not like eating food. You don't save the best for last.
Oh my god.
Guys, absolutely.
Yeah,
But-
you know what though? They're in first place. You can't fire them.
No. Take it.
I bet Dombrowski was dying for them to get out to like an 8 and 20 start, so we'd have an excuse to fire him. But
Dude, they have
Didn't
3
happen.
guys hitting the top 5 in the AL for average. Xander Bogaerts number 1, Bradley number 2, Victor Martinez, then right below is David Ortiz and
Who's sitting tonight?
Nick Castellanos.
Castellanos.
Yeah, I can't say his fucking name.
Because it's Italian.
Because he's Italian.
No, I don't think he is.
He is.
No, he's probably Spanish.
No, I think he's Italian.
Got to be Spanish.
I think he's Italian, man.
Spanish.
Look at that big gin nose.
Nah, heads of the nest. Spanish. Actually, it could be Greek and ends in OS.
No, it's Italian.
Look him up on Wikipedia.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Nick Castellanos. Castellanos, whatever that was.
Castellanos with a. That's why it's Italian, because it's the way you say it. He's American.
All right, go down. Yeah, his dad's name's Jorge. I don't think so.
Listen, there's a lot of Italian ways.
Spanish.
Well, we don't know that. His mother's name's Michelle. Clearly Italian.
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
Michelle Rodriguez.
All right. Fair
He's
enough.
Irish. McCarthy.
McCarthy. He went to McCarthy High School. He's Irish. That's none of that works. It's not any of this works. Oh, yeah, he's Spanish.
Yep, thank you.
So is Castellanos.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, since we're on that subject, I hadn't had Taco Bell in a while, and I've gone to Taco Bell like 3 times this week.
This is like some kind of
No,
confession, like fuck my life, like
No.
And then I shit in my car, fuck my life. Like, what's the point here?
the Beefy Crunch burrito and the Baja Blast, awesome.
Are you really trying to sell me on Taco Bell?
Yeah.
I'm a fucking fat kid, dude. You don't have to sell me on any food. Hey, let's go.
When's the last time you went to Taco Bell?
I don't know, a long time though.
Good though, right?
Yeah, it's Taco Bell. It's always good.
The sad thing is, it's probably like the healthiest fast food for you, all things considered.
Probably.
Taco Bell really graded by like the health department really isn't that bad. Burger King's the worst.
David Ortiz, man. David Ortiz.
You ever notice? You ever hear him say his own name? He says Dane Ortiz, like D-A, like Dane, like Dane Cook, and then Ortiz, like
Ortiz.
No, like O-T-E-E. I'm Dane Ortiz.
He's just killing it though.
He can't say game either. He says gain, like gain weight, like G-A-N-E. Like I win the game. You've
Leave him alone.
been living in this country for like 20 years, man. Learn English. Come on.
Really, he's always gonna have an accent when you come over here this late. If you move to Spain today, live there the rest of your life, you're gonna have a terrible accent in Spanish.
No way.
Yeah.
I could do it.
No, you're not.
I could do it.
It'd be,
Spectacular. See, I could do it.
and they're gonna be like, this dude's accent's horrendous. They're gonna be like, dude, you lived here for 20 years. Why do you say spectacular?
No tabaraki.
My man Xander, though. Fair player on the team.
Good for you. I'm happy for you. For both of you.
You're just mad that he's better than who? Mookie Betts.
Mookie got more power.
Xander's a better player.
He really does have more power.
He does have more power. but Xander's still really better player.
Bogart should be hitting 20 home runs. I've said that before. Should be hitting 20 home runs. Amazing.
Some pace for 17.
Amazing got 5.
5. He's projected at 17.
He needs to go in a little
So
bit.
if you have a guy that hits 350 and hits 17 home runs, by the way, that's like, I don't know, Tony Gwynn or Wade Boggs type season.
Oh.
So he hits 350 and 17 home runs.
They gave up 2 runs. Somebody gave up 2 runs.
Well, it's the Red Sox pitching, I mean.
Wow.
They're going to lose games.
All right, so what were you saying?
If he has 17 home runs, that's great.
Oh, some
Hitting 350?
Should be hitting at least 20.
Jesus, Scotty. The kid, you can't just have a guy hit 350 and 40 home runs because you feel like it. It's not how it is.
Nomar would have. Omar would hit 30 home runs.
Nomar was juiced out of his mind. It was awesome. He was like 372 with like 28 home runs.
I'm not sure he was on it.
Yeah? Dude. That's like
Probably
when I showed you the other day. In the early to mid 2000s, before the mid 2000s,
Jeter was the worst shortstop in the American League.
He was definitely not better than A-Rod. He was definitely not better than Nomar. He was definitely not better than Tejada. I was showing you those Tejada numbers the other day. The big 3 quote-unquote shortstops in the American League were A-Rod, Nomar, Tejada. You sit here and tell me the 4th best shortstop for the most of a good portion of his career. Jesus Christ. He just showed me the Nomar steroid pick.
No, the Sports Illustrated cover.
Steroid pick. where he went from 165 to like 190 pounds.
See, he doesn't look like he's bulging in that picture.
I say, to be honest, he kind of just looks fat.
Dude,
Like he looks like he's lifted.
he doesn't look fat in that at all.
Yeah, he does.
Not really.
That's fat around muscle. Otherwise, he'd have like abs and stuff, and like his muscles would be sticking out more, as opposed to just like he's muscular, but you can still tell he's like that guy in the before and after photos. That he's gonna take like hydroxycut for like 2 months, and then he's gonna look really jacked. That's what that photo looks like.
I don't know, man. I don't think it's like a done deal that he did juice. Probably did. Who knows?
Did David Ortiz do juice?
We still don't know what he failed.
Did Manny
quote unquote.
Ramirez do juice?
Manny was taking female fertility drugs.
We don't know they did juice. He just could be a weirdo. You don't know if he's not transgendered. You can't tell him what bathroom to go in.
Oh, these are mints? Oh, okay.
Why do you think he had to piss in the green monster all the time, dude?
I don't
He
know.
was sick of people being mad at him for going in the ladies' room, alright? Manny want to take female fertility drugs? It's on Manny. You let him do what he wants to do.
What about Pujols?
He could be juiced too.
He was like, I never took steroids, I'm going to sue you. But he never ended up suing him. I don't know.
There's no way to know.
I don't know. What can I say? Just go under the assumption that everybody besides Pedro was juicing.
Everyone but Pedro.
He was the only one who was clean.
Well, there's probably a lot of them juicing. Jeter could have juiced.
I'm not going to say that he didn't because I didn't think Manny was juicing, and it ended up that he was.
There's no way to know. And I'm not even trying to pick on Jeter. I'm just saying, like, realistically, we can't know.
I doubt it, but like you said, who knows?
Now, this is going to sound crazy, but I'm almost willing to say that Bogarts, Betts, and Bradley are all untouchable. I don't want to trade any of them.
I'm not going to say that. What if the Dodgers said, I doubt it would happen, but Magic is their owner, so who knows? Dodgers call you today and they offer you Kershaw for one of the three. You can even pick. We want one of them.
See you later, Mookie. See you later, Mookie.
Kershaw for Bogart straight up. You don't do that. Straight up. Best pitcher on the planet.
Bogart's going to win an MVP in his career. Mark that down on your calendar.
Do you win with power hitting? I can't even say power hitting. Do you win with? Do you win?
Hey, Pedroia has Pedroia has an MVP, right?
All right. Do you win with shortstops that hit 350, or do you win with the best pitcher in the world? Which one do you take?
The Red Sox didn't win when they had the best pitcher in the world.
What are you talking about?
They didn't win a World Series with Pedro.
Yeah, they did. They won no 4.
04, he wasn't the best pitcher in the world, though. That wasn't even a good Pedro.
Right, but he
look
was.
at his stats.
Who was he?
He was like a middle.
Who was he surrounded with?
You're right. Shortstop's hitting 350.
Nomar was hitting like 370. So it's not even true.
I know it's not true. And he wasn't even on the team when they won a World Series. But my point is...
Actually, he got a ring. They gave him a ring for that.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
He was still on the team half the season.
You think he wears his ring all over the place?
I doubt it.
That's like the fakest ring ever.
Probably like gave it away.
Yeah. You gotta almost feel bad for the guy. Almost. I said almost.
I don't know. Nomar was kind of a...
He was a douchebag, too.
Yeah.
And the Ted Williams, Wade Boggs type mold. Almost feel bad for the guy.
Yeah. Ted was a softie, though, honestly. He used to go visit those kids at the Jimmy Fund all the time and like always like took time for the kids and whatnot.
You don't think Nomar did?
I have no idea. I wasn't following around Nomar 24/7.
But you were following around Ted.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Okay, you ever see Ted Williams on Sports Illustrated like that? No, you haven't. All right? But, I don't know.
Got anything else to talk about?
Not really. So as it sounds, it's going to be a dead pot in sports.
So pretty soon we're going to have nothing to talk about except like training camp and
Baseball.
baseball.
I'd be like, yo, have you seen the next tennis matchup?
Yeah, we'll limit our shows to like half an hour during the summer.
Hey, golf's playing still. You got to get some majors coming up.
Really quick, we'll talk about this and we'll end on this.
Will we?
What?
Oh, will we?
Yeah, why not? I don't think it's going to happen. I would be very, very surprised. Holy shit. Why is it that I looked that up on Yahoo Wade Boggs and that pops up?
I don't know, but she's hot.
Yeah. Man, what a whore.
Some smoking blonde with a huge rack. No idea. Just types in Wade Boggs and a smoking blonde with a huge rack comes up. I'm like, that's not Wade Boggs.
Rumor that the Lakers are considering our boy Dragan Bender, the GOAT.
It's not going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen.
We already talked about that. Not today. Not on here. But it's not going to happen, Scotty.
Why can't?
Look, I know you are going to cry.
Why can't
if we don't get something good?
Why can't?
If we draft Dragan Bender, Scotty is going to cry. He might even come on the podcast and cry. You might listen just for that. But he's just going to be like, this is horrible. We're never going to win a title. If we get Kevin Love and we become like a 48-win team again, a 52-win team, and we win one round in the playoffs, Scotty's going to cry. He'll cry on here like almost every day.
If they traded for Kevin Love and his massive contract and his frail body, if Kelly Olynyk hurts you, you're fucking soft, okay? If they traded for Kevin Love, I would just crawl under this table, go into the fetal position, and cry live on the show.
Mark it down. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
No, it's not. I won't let it happen.
And on that note, wait till Scotty cries.
Yeah, check us out on www.gamesavengers.com and Chris and Cash on the YouTube network.
We will be getting on iCloud, iPhone, whatever the fuck it is.
Well, we're going to have
SoundCloud soon.
We know in the next 2 months we're going to be seeing James at least once.
Oh, yeah, multiple times. And we're going to be fixing our website and be doing some other stuff, but stay tuned till then.
All right, later.
Ciao.